Hello. My name's Dylan and I live in Sydney, Australia, and we are checking out the mausoleum today.
What's the name of the mausoleum?
No idea.
So today we are exploring Minh Mang Mausoleum. Okay, so yesterday you visited the Imperial Citadel.
Yes.
What do you know overall about the Nguyen dynasty?
I don't know too much. I know there's different emperors.
Yeah.
A few lineages.
So the Nguyen dynasty is the last dynasty in Vietnam from 1802 until 1945. There were 13 kings in total. And Minh Mang today, the mausoleum we're visiting, he's the second king. So Minh Mang was born in 1791 and he passed away in 1841 at the age of 50. And he reigned the country for about 21 years. Minh Mang is known for a strong leadership skills and has a lot of contribution to the country's success. Because under his reign, Vietnam developed in many areas. Especially, our territory was 1.7 times its current size. And he also changed the name Vietnam to Đài Nam, big country in the south.
So mausoleum is a tomb, is it?
Mausoleum is the tomb,
Okay.
but mausoleum contains temples and tomb and some other buildings as well. Because in the past, the king, they believe that when they pass away, the current life is just temporary. The afterlife is eternal. And the bigger, grander mausoleum, the better life they're gonna have. So it's called mausoleum. Mausoleum bigger, much bigger than just tomb.
Yeah, cool. So basically they build the mausoleum while they're alive. And then when they pass away, their body's in the tomb. But is the mausoleum complex used for anything other than when they die?
Mm-mm.
For example, the temples, do they use the temples before they pass away?
Actually, among 13 kings, only one king, the fourth king, Từ Đức King, when he finished the mausoleum, he's still alive.
Okay.
So he used to come there and then resting, write poems, fishing, chilling, and relax at this. It's like another palace outside of the Imperial Citadel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but for other mausoleum, the king passed away already. Yeah, so maybe for the next generation, when they come to worship the king, they can use other buildings inside. And also his wife or concubines can also come take care of the mausoleum. Right now we are standing at this courtyard. Yesterday you visited the Imperial Citadel.
Yes.
You remember? Before entering the palace, you see a very large
Very big courtyard.
courtyard.
Yes,
This is the same. So when the king passed away, he also need shoulders, elephants, horses to come and support him. And then over there you see the house still. There is a stone still inside. That is written by his son in honor of what he's contributed to the country. And now let's get explored. I told you that this stone still is written by his son. Can you guess how many wives, how many children does this king have?
Maybe 4 or 5 wives, maybe 3 or 4 children, maybe more, maybe like 10 children. I don't know.
You can guess higher number.
High number. He's got like 50 kids.
Firstly, guess number of wives and concubines first.
Okay, maybe 100.
100?
Yeah.
200?
Maybe 200 then. Yeah.
300 to 500.
300 to 500 concubines.
Yes.
Okay, it's a big range.
Yes. 142 children in total.
Oh wow. Okay.
78 sons, 64 daughters.
All right.
Yeah.
And the oldest son gets crowned as king.
Yes, normally according to the rule, then the first son of the king will become the next king.
Yes.
Yeah, but in some situation, this order can be changed because, for example, the fourth king, He has 103 wives, but no children because of smallpox. So he need to adopt it, nephews. Okay, so can you guess what is that house is?
I think that's the main temple.
Correct. That is where we worship the king and also the queen.
Oh,
king
okay.
wife.
So you're not worshiping gods. You're worshiping the king as the god.
This is mausoleum. The mausoleum we have two main part,
Yeah.
temple part and the burial part, the tomb part.
Okay.
Yeah, so the temple is for worshiping the king.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. I thought there would be a temple that's to do with worshiping gods in the mausoleum, not worshiping the king, right? Because it makes sense that you'd worship the gods because he's going to pass away.
No.
Kind of like in Egypt, in the tombs, you have all the gods. You don't have. Well, I don't know. I haven't been to Egypt, but you have the gods in the tomb as well, like
No.
Anubis and all these different gods. Yeah.
We actually have ancestor worshipping in Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah, so although a lot of people we have follow Buddhism, but actually we also worship ancestor. So normally at every family we have temple that worshipping the ancestor. So here is the place where we worship the king for his next generation, for his children, for his grandchildren come to worship him. Yeah. So it's the place where we worship the king. And here at the main temple, you can see its architecture. They use like double rooftop duplex house to make it look bigger.
Yeah.
And then it's also cooler when you come inside. And also normally they use the decoration, one poem, one painting. So you can see on the rooftop, you see one painting, right? And then one poem, one painting, one poem, style decoration. And the whole architecture is painted in red color.
Yeah.
And they also use gold gilding as well. Same in the palace, but this one pretty old already, so some yellow color, they faded. Yeah, so you cannot see clearly. So actually, the building that we just passing through is called Minh Lau Pavilion. Its function is for the king to read the book. Yeah, but unfortunately, he passed away before this construction finished. And then you see the two stone pillars. It's the signal that from that point onward, we need to be respectful because we come into the place where the kings were buried. And this is where we bury the king, but the gates only open once every year on the king's death ceremony. Other than that, it's closed on the time. Although this is the place where we bury the king, where exact location inside, or whether the king was really buried under, we don't know. Because in the past we were afraid of tomb robbery. Yeah, so no one know exactly. Only one mausoleum we know, mausoleum of the 12th king, the one that we are going next. Yeah, but other than that, no one know.
Do you know any much about like the spiritual beliefs?
Normally for the deaf people, like in Vietnam in general, we really respect and believe in them. Like we believe that when they pass away, they actually still there and they're still here with us. And as long as you do praying, worshiping, like you hold the incense. Some people where they also pray when they do that. You know, when you want to wish for something, you want something, you also say to him in your mind, and then you boom boom boom, you put it, and he will listen to that, and will help you. But whether it's come true or not, of course, I don't know. But kind of like make your heart, make you feel like you are protected.
Do you feel like it helps to remember people of the past, your grandparents and then the great grandparents, and then you really understand your lineage, where you came from, and what sort of people they were, and how they lived their lives?
It's not like really much about how they live their life,
Okay.
but it's much about remembering them. And then it's the time for people in your family to gather together. because normally you go to work, you go to study. If you have big family, then it's time for them to come back, stay together, have a meal together. You know, when you worship, and then you will cook things, a lot of dishes, and then to put in the ancestor altar. And then when it finished, we burn offerings for them, and then we eat what we cook. Yeah, we eat what we worship, and many family members gather together, and that is the time where we talk and meet each other.